Welcome to Neutrino Whispers, a podcast on human design dialogues. I am your host, Nareen. Growing up, I was so confused. Is it really too much to just be me? Am I that weird and different? It turned out I am, and you are too, and we all are. So unique that only one version of us exists. In this podcast, I share my experiments about how human design changed my life and helped me to experience a more authentic life and be true to myself. The nerdy scientific side of me wanted to know it all, and I have spent a lot of time trying to find a bridge between human design, spirituality, science, and day to day normal life. The neutrinos whispered to me, we as humanity may not be that far from a place where science meets consciousness. Hello, friend. So you're here. Probably you know human design, or you are very new to human design and you just want to know how to use it more beneficially and how to take advantage from it. Or do you really need human design? This is a question that I asked myself over last 4 years. So maybe I can help you with that. I can help you with understanding of this system or truly understanding what is the best way to work with it. There are many ways that you can get your hand dirty, get messy, or just for fun. You can just be sitting with your friends and have a human design reading, but you can still benefit from the knowledge. But I was not like that. Like I am not like that. I have my uh addiction to getting deep into a system, which after reading my human design makes so much sense because my conscious sun is in gate 48, which is all about getting deep into the knowledge of a system. And it was both a bless and a curse for me because the magic or the juice of human design, I would say it's more in its simplicity, but I got to know some stuff that there are a lot of value to it. So I want to share it all and put it out there, and then you decide, how you want to take your journey with this beautiful, amazing new earth science of differentiation. Yes, human design is the science of differentiation. It talks about you being only one version available of you in this earth. It has a mission. There's a reason that we say you're unique because your decision making, then it must be unique. Then your mission is unique. Then probably there's a high chance that on the way till here that you've heard human design, you've been conditioned by society, by parental system, or by educational system, even by your friends, that some stuff are good and should be followed. And then you went and you try to follow other people's dreams and it didn't kind of work for you. And now you're here and you're just like, I want to try what's best for me. I'm going to talk about human design a lot, but to be honest with you, there are thousands and hundreds, thousands, I don't know, amazing content out there that you can get into. And the best one is the source, which is the raw books and raw videos. If you want to really start your understanding of who you are, what's your energy type, and all of those. And you can get your charts free also. I am here to talk about things that people usually do not talk about, things that comes with the experiment or experiencing human design in my own lens, with my own way of seeing human design. I'm going to talk about human design as a map and tell you that how beneficial it would be for you to just see human design as a map. Okay? Nothing more. I have a degree in space engineering, And I know how to talk for hours about the science behind human design. And I love it. And I'm going to do that. So don't worry about it. Like, I'm going to do it in more following episodes about what's the bridge between this science and spirituality? What's the bridge between this science behind human design and all of the things that we know? But there is a very good reason that why we just should look at this science of differentiation or this experimental knowledge known as human design just as a map. The first and the most is when we talk about maps, maps tell you how to take one road. To get to your destination, you may want to take different other roads. So maybe human design is not the map that you want to use to take, or it's not the road that you want to take. And it is 100%, more than 100% okay. So there's this funny situation going on internet that people are trying to really push or prove such systems such as astrology or human design, but this is not the way to do it, because to get to the destination, we truly can take and choose any map that we like. For someone, that map is yoga. For someone, that's Reiki. For someone, it's astrology. For someone, it's science. For someone, it's traveling. What's your map to getting and doing and getting to the destination? What you call, I don't know, I did my mission in my life, something like that. The second thing about a map is that the colors matter, the information matters. So if you want to use human design, start with looking at it as a map. When you open your chart, like if you see a map, what you do? First, you want to see where is the north. Then you want to see what this sign means, what this color means. So colors matter. All of the numbers, all of these things matter. You cannot change it because you like it. You like to change it. Every detail matters the way it was channeled through Ra, the founder of human design. For example, one of the very obvious one is we have a conscious side and unconscious side, which is one of the way that human design is more like, if you see a human design mentor or a human design reader, they're kind of proud of this one with comparison with astrology, because we talk about the time that you're born, but also 88 days before you're born, which your body was ready. So your unconscious, your design was ready for a consciousness that was desperately looking for a crystal of unconscious. So you are basically a forced marriage of a consciousness that was looking for a container, which was the unconscious or design. So we have unconscious and conscious side. And that's why we are stuck. That's why we are always, we don't know what's up, because there's this part of us that we kind of, this is our personality, our conscious side, but there's also some wisdom in our unconscious, our design, our body that we can tap into, but we don't know it much. So in your chart, for example, the parts that are related to your conscious side are shown with black, and the ones that are related to your unconscious side are shown in red. So it is important to know which one is related to which crystals of you, like conscious crystal or unconscious crystal. They come with their own tune, with their own frequency, with their own even line. We call it line. The other thing is knowing human design. I hate that one, but I'm going to put it out there. Doesn't make you spiritual in any shape or form, because even the person, Ra, the founder, who had all this channeling, he's very strict to call himself a mechanic and not a guru, not a spiritual mentor. And there's a good reason to it, because again, human design is just a map. It's not the guarantee that you're going to get healed. Or imagine you're living with so many people who are not appreciating your uniqueness. The moment that you realize that you're so unique and so different from every single person, especially from with the people you are around with, that's like a slap in the face. That's like, I know it, but this is so bad because no one would appreciate me going around and trying to be myself. That first step doesn't at all look any spiritual or any, it's it's very much sad. It's sad to know that you are different when no one wants to appreciate your uniqueness. People take advantage of this map and use it in a way to tap into their own healing abilities or let another person, tap to it or give them permission because healing is a possibility that exists right now within every single one of you, including myself. And when I go to a healer, when I go to a healing session, I'm just giving that power to that person and that permission to that person to do so. So yes, if this map is going to be it, yes, sometimes I'm giving this system a permission to heal me. But it's not the guarantee that it does, because when I am not tapped into that permission in myself, it can be just bunch of information, bunch of useless information, honestly. So let's keep it to the map. Let's keep it to the mechanics. Let's keep it to the importance of how to work with a map. When we look at human design as a map, it's very easy. It's very simple to understand this knowledge or this experimental knowledge. Let's say you're using a map. Let's say you're using a GPS to go from point A to point B. So when it tells you to turn right and you turn left, you're not using the map correctly. So if you want to know if human design works or not, you gotta experiment it. This one goes to people who are always sitting there and saying astrology is BS, like human design is just like that. Yes, first of all, for you, yes, you can choose other maps, you can choose other systems, you can choose other roads to take. It's totally okay. And no one has ever said human design is 100% correct. That you're so pissed. Which is very important, is how many of the people who are against something like astrology or human design have actually experimented those systems. As experimenting such system, for example, if you want to experiment astrology, you must meditate every day, write down your emotions in a journal, and after a year, after 2 years, after 3 years, come back and see if you see any synchronicities between every full moon or every new moon or every patterns that astrologers say that they repeat themselves. How many of us truly are sitting every day, meditating for 3 years and working with our emotions and how it goes up and down and see if there's a synchronicity between what is happening here and those astrology patterns that astrologers talk about? We don't do that. We just copy paste what's on Instagram because that's more easy, that's more fun. But if you want to use a map and take advantage from it, you got to experiment it. You got to listen to the GPS, turn right. So with human design, it's also like that. So the words, for example, the strategy, wait for emotional clarity, emotional authority person. You cannot change the word. You cannot go around and not wait and make spontaneous decisions and say human design is not working. You are not experiencing human design. You are not doing what human design suggested you to do. Human design is so much about waiting, and we are impatient. So there's a very good chance that human design may not be your system, because if you are bad at waiting, it will not work for you. Even with a projector, who I am, I'm a projector. The strategy, wait for the invitation. We don't want to wait. We want to do 1,000 other things than waiting. Waiting for invitation is like so desperate. why I want to even want to do that. So as a projector, the only time that I can really get the advantage from this system and understand, oh my God, that really worked, is to wait for the invitation. And suddenly, when I'm waiting and someone asks me, invites me, asks for my guidance, asks for my wisdom, which was then written in this map that, hey, you projector, you're here to guide people, then I feel recognized and I'm like, oh, this worked actually. As a projector, resting makes me more productive than actually working. So when the GPS says turn right, if you turn left, it is okay. Nothing big, not a biggie, but you're not experimenting human design to then have things to say about it. Sorry. The other thing is this one, I was like, should I say it, should I not say it? But you know me, you know me. So I'm gonna put the truth out there. Human design is science of differentiation, and it starts from understanding that you're different. And again, let's go back to the whole idea of, if we want to take advantage from human design, the best way to do it is to look at it as a map. So when do we need a map? Simple. When do we need a map? Answer: when we are lost. So if you're not lost, you don't need extra headache, numbers, gates, this channel, bunch of information added to your system for what? So what is your intention where you are lost? So if you want to have a human design reading or a human design session or human design workshop with someone, or even listening to this, what's my intention to listening to this? Do I feel I'm lost? When you're lost, my friend, you don't care. Imagine yourself in somewhere, and imagine you were driving and your GPS was working, and suddenly the internet went off and now the GPS is not working and you're lost. So you're driving for an hour without the GPS working. Suddenly the GPS comes back. The GPS signal comes back. You don't care if the GPS is correct or not. You don't care what's the science, metaphysics, quantum physics behind this. When it says turn right, you desperately turn right. I think for me, that was exactly when I realized the difference between the human design that I knew 4 or 5 years ago and the human design that hit me, slapped me on the face a year ago. 4 years ago, when I heard human design, I was not lost. I was very happy. I was not lost. I can't say I was very happy, but I was not lost. Still, my friend's suggestions could work for me. Still, my parental way of parenting had some benefits for me. Still, some of my friends made sense. A year ago, none of them made sense. Like, I didn't resonate with any of my friends and my friends' suggestions. Their maps were not good for me. I used to take these maps from them, and their maps, their suggestions, their way of living just made me get lost more and more and more. But when I heard human design, and the first word is, hey, projector, you get sick in your 30s, in your early 20s, if you do not rest more than people, you cannot work for 8 hours a day. And I am in the hospital because of working a lot. I am lost because I had the perfect job. I had the on paper perfect friends. I have parents who I am 100% sure they have good intentions. So why I am in a hospital looking at the ceiling and I'm just like, everything is perfect. What I'm doing here? Why I am ending up in hospitals every day? I am lost. So let me try this map. Let me try, maybe it works. And I didn't have any other choice to experiment it, because you cannot take the map and look at it and be just like naggy about it. If you really want to know if it works or not, you gotta get messy. You gotta go through the experiment. An experiment as a projector is not fun. As any type is not fun, because it's about waiting. It's about shadow understanding. Okay, this gate that I have it's not just a number, it's actually all the DNA history of humans' shadows in it. And then on the other side of this shadow is the highest frequency of it. So with gene keys, talk about this part more. In human design, we do not much care about this, but gene keys is really about how it is related to what humans went throughout history. A map when you are lost. If you are not lost and you feel like adding, just don't do it to just have another box checked. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't add any spiritual checking lists added to your, if you want to do it to just be cool. I don't know, maybe just do it. But no, we don't think you're cool. If you are just doing it to just be cool or just, I did my Reiki, I did my this event, and I'm doing my human design thingy. No, it's not like that. It won't make you cool. It just probably make you crazy. There's more chance to go crazy with all those numbers and just who am I finally? Because I think about it. I think about Ra was a cool guy. He could say, I'm a spiritual guy. He could say, I'm a guru. He could say, human design can heal you. He didn't say any of those. And he just said, I'm a mechanic. And this is just a map. So why he said that? Because it's just a map. And it's a map to experiment, though. Like, it has good knowledge in it, but till you do not experiment it, it won't show you the magic in it. For me, this resonates a lot because when I heard it, I was very much conditioned to not only live as a generator, but as a frustrated generator. So I was not surrounded by satisfied generator or manifesto generators. I was surrounded by people who were frustrated, who believed that everyone hates their job, Noreen. Everyone hates their job. So you gotta have a job that you hate too. And then I open up the human design, so to say, like map, and then it says, Noreen, you're not here to work as a projector. You want to cry. You know what I mean? Like it's scary. Like it's a joke. It's funny, and you cry sometimes because you're like, what I am here to do then? Then when you wait for the invitation, then you tap into your, like I'm splenic, tap into my intuition. And I'm like, my God, yeah, that's it. That's what it means when you're not here to work. I'm just wisdom. I'm just a walking wisdom. Truly, truly, every projector you see is a walking wisdom. And when you tell a generator, you should do what you love, it's so cliche. They don't want to believe that. They want to just throw this map to the trash because they're like, I know I should do what I love, but I have bills to pay. But when they do, when they turn right, when the GPS says turn right, when they do not respond to everything and wait to respond to what this sacral, beautiful energy should really be working on, then they're like, wow, that was what human design was saying, that as a generator, I'm like sun, I'm satisfied, I'm energetic, I'm this ball of energy going through and just light up the room. And you talk with generators and they're frustrated, they're depressed, desperate and depressed, both. And when you tell them you are the ball of the energy, or you light up every room you go to, and they're looking at you, they're just like, are you out of your mind? The map is very simple. Do what you love to do, generator. Did I made it complicated for myself? Yes. I come from scientific background. I am addicted to science. I am addicted to get deep into it. Do I know what the science behind human design is? Yes. Do I talk about it more? No, because I don't care, because I don't think the magic is there. I think the magic is it's in its simplicity, making it simple as possible. It's in cliches that our grandparents even were talking about and we didn't care. So I'm going to rephrase that. I'm going to correct myself. Human design is not a map. It's a very simple map. So if you want to experiment a very simple map, human design may be for you. A map, simple, Very simple map. And also the element of experiment. Because having your chart printed in your booklets doesn't give you the benefits of human design. You gotta experiment. You gotta get dirty. You gotta work with this map. You gotta sit with it. You gotta cry with it. You got to do what the map says and be hated for it. Be hated from every single person who has a different authority, different strategy than you, has a different energy type than you. Till a day you find people who have different energy type, different authority, different strategy than you, but still be loved and accepted for who you are, then you will know this mapped work. Anyways, I keep this one simple because I have lots and lots and lots to say about the experiment, about every energy type, about every gate, its story. Also a lot about the bridge between the spirituality and science, because I really wanted to see what's the science behind human design, and I got into these rabbit holes which I made myself crazy basically, and I didn't get to sleep much, but it made me closer to understand the connection between the spirituality and science, which I think in this new earth coming up, we are not that far to really immerse these two and finally get free from dogmatic Newtonian science and hopefully truly a better way of seeing the world, probably starting with quantum physics or something like that. Anyways, thanks for listening. And if you want to experiment with this simple map, I offer human design readings. I'm going to make it very simple for you. I'm going to make it fun for you. And if you just want to experiment the map, let me know. Have an absolute amazing day or night. I don't know when you're listening to this. Love you all.